Yo, my heart just kind of caved in a little bit. Son said eye to eye, bro. My bed's right there, so.
Face mask covering the lower half of his face.
What's going? I can't believe I'm doing this. I really can't believe I'm doing this. Yo, what's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another vid on my channel. It's not Brawlhalla. I'm gonna be honest with you, Brawlhalla has drained me. So a thought came to my head and I was like, you know, I don't like horror. I don't like scary stuff as much.
Oh, really?
But I do remember a time that a special someone had me watch horror or scary videos, I guess, on YouTube, and they were based on real life events, I think. So thank you for doing that. So what we're gonna do today is that we're going to watch it together. You know, we might do 2 videos, 3 or 1, depending on how I feel and how scary it is. It's now nighttime, it's dark outside. Let's just get into it. I don't like that.
I work nights for the sheriff's department in Bergen County. I've been on the force for 2 years. I haven't seen too much craziness, aside from late night drug arrests, a few robbery calls, and a few assault calls. Northeastern Bergen County is pretty low crime after all, so those are usually the worst.
Yo, if y'all hear anything in the background, it's my pops listening to some African music. Ignore that, please. Just ignore it.
Calls I deal with. There was this one night that I received a disturbing.
I said African music. I said African music. Did I say African movies? You know what? I'm disturbing. I'm fucking up the vid. Excuse my language.
Call to investigate a scream that came from a house nearby. Usually a call like this would mean a domestic dispute, or even just something as harmless as people drinking and being too loud.
Yeah.
I arrived to the house though, and I had to confirm twice that it was the correct house, because none of the lights were on.
I wouldn't have one in the house.
There was a car in the driveway.
I wouldn't have one in the house.
Blue Toyota Sienna
minivan. Immediately.
Someone was home. I went over to knock on the door a few times.
My gun would have been drawn.
The neighbor must have seen my car because he came out and walked over, reporting that he was the one to call the police. He told me he heard a blood-curdling scream from the house, and that the woman who lived there...
Hey, yo. I got my headphones in. But relax a little bit with that scream, okay? Okay.
Lives alone, but occasionally had her boyfriend over, making it slightly more concerning. I tried the doorknob now, which was locked.
Yo, I'm gonna be real with you. Let me tell y'all what I would have done if I was a cop, right? I'm pulling up to the house, complete pitch darkness, pitch black. My gun is already drawn. It's already out, clocked up, magazine, all that, everything is on me already. But I'm not approaching that door yet. I'm getting on the radio. I'm calling my team like, yo, I need... First of all, where's your partner, bro? Always have a partner with you. I don't know why y'all don't be having these partners. It's going to be a partner with me every time I drive. Because if I have a partner with me, I'm not going to call for nobody. If I don't got a partner with me, I'm calling for somebody, especially in that situation. I don't care what the protocols are, all right? I don't care. I'm not in the police force. My bro is. He can tell me all that stuff. But right now, that's what's going to have to happen. There's no way.
I made my way around the house, trying all the windows, which were all locked.
He's doing too much already. You're doing too much. You could have been got shot through the window. That's one. Bro, if you knock on the door and nobody's answering, it's pitch black darkness. Call for backup immediately.
All but one of the backyard windows. It was already slid completely up, enough for someone to climb through. This was a red flag, considering every other window was closed. I requested backup to the scene.
Should have been done that.
Confirmation. I climbed into the house through the window. I started to flick every light on that I could find in the house, starting in the kitchen and working.
I'm sorry, I have to keep pausing it. So this dude, let me just think a little bit. This dude, pitch black darkness, just gone, right? Boom. Something's going on in that house. Obviously, it could be something supernatural, whatever. We don't know. So he goes around the crib without calling for backup. You know, I would have been called for backup. I'm just telling you. You know, analyzing the crib. He sees the windows open, right? Calls for backup. Then that's when he calls for backup. Gets confirmation to enter the crib. Cool. You enter the crib. Why in the name of the Lord are you flipping all the lights on? Why? What? I'm here. Come get me. Yo. I just don't understand people, bro.
Making my way to the living room. And yes, it's advisable for police to turn on the lights when investigating buildings. What you see...
Shut up.
in TV shows and movies where they leave the lights off is only done for suspense. I called out for the woman, trying to assure her it's okay, police were here. Though at that time, I still didn't know what exactly the situation was, other than she was reported screaming. There was no response no matter how loud I yelled. The first floor was clear, so there was only the upstairs left to check. I wanted to wait for backup to arrive, because I was nervous what I'd find up there. But I'd also not forgive myself if I waited and wasted precious time that I could have used to save this woman from a possible medical emergency. Before going up the stairs, I unlocked the front door for when backup would arrive. I then walked up the carpeted stairs quietly, and as I got halfway up the stairs,
I
peered over the ledge onto the second floor.
I know it was making mad
There were
noise.
4 doors up there. I flicked on the light switch in the hallway and called out one more time. I heard a creak type sound come from behind.
You're already walking up the stairs. They hear you walking up the stairs with them big old boots y'all got when y'all the police officers. They hear you. There's no need for you to say a word anymore. They know you there. They know you walking up the stairs. They probably waiting for that ass, bro. If I'm sorry, I'm already going in there and my gun, everywhere I go, that gun's right in front of me like that, bro.
Behind one of the doors, so she had to be in there. I
had
opened the door, and it was a bedroom. The light was off, but the light from the hall was plenty to see a woman laying in bed under the covers. I saw the back of her head. I walked over to her to make sure she was okay, but as I was close, I noticed dark stains that soaked the other side of the cupboard.
Hi, Grandma. Hi. You just got back? I'm doing something right now.
The side of her I couldn't see from the door. I yanked the covers off the woman and realized it was blood, and she'd been stabbed multiple times, but she was still breathing. I grabbed my walkie and reported a stabbing, requesting immediate.
I just want to know, like, is he like, I hope he's not just looking at Shorty. Like, I hope he's not looking at her and reporting, like, you know, what's going on. I hope as he's doing it, he's like, because if I see any movement in the shadow, all you gonna see is the flash from my muzzle. Pop, pop, pop. 3. And if I hear a thud, I'm done.
Immediate backup and an ambulance.
Let me stop pausing.
The creak I heard moments before suddenly made no sense if this woman was in bed like this. And given she was unconscious, someone placed her in the bed most likely. I did a 360 in place, looking around the room.
Smart man.
There was a closet. It was instinctively the first place I'd think to look.
Would have shot that
I had my gun drawn. I had my hand on the doorknob for 5 seconds,
shot up already.
gathering the courage to yank the door open.
Nope, shot it. I would have shot the car.
I finally did. There was no one inside. I turned around again to look at the bed, at the bleeding woman. Then I thought, the bed. I got on my knees to be level with the bottom of the bed.
Oh, bro. Imagine coming, like, imagine going down and you just see eyes, bro.
I yanked the bed wrap covering the bottom of the bed up, and I was then eye to eye with a man wearing a
Yo, my heart just kind of caved in a little bit. Son said eye to eye, bro. My bed's right there, so.
face mask covering the lower half of his face.
What's going? I can't look at that. Just play. I can't look at that.
And yelled, "Show me your hands." He slowly raised his hands above his head as much as he could. I got up and told him to get out from under the bed slowly and made sure he wasn't holding the knife.
I can't be no police officer.
I had him stand in the corner with his hands up until my backup came.
That's all you would have heard.
I wasn't about to try and handcuff him in there alone.
Mad lights coming from outside through the window. Pop, pop.
I told backup to meet me upstairs, and when they entered the house,
"Yo, move this damn picture off the screen!"
I called up to them. Only then did I place the man under arrest. An ambulance arrived not too long after, and the woman was rushed to the hospital, and she managed to survive being stabbed 6 times. The man who did it was in fact her boyfriend, which I didn't find too surprising, honestly. The man had found out that she cheated on him with his friend, and when he called her about it, she broke up with him over the phone, and this must have caused the man to...
Yo, I'm gonna tell y'all this, and I'm gonna say this once, alright? For everybody that's watching this, stop cheating. For real, stop cheating. I'm not even gonna say that I am, a golden noodle or whatever. But as you get older, as you're starting to become more mature and stuff like that, and dealing with relationships, etc., stop cheating, bro.
Okay.
Oh, it's already sounding scary. It's already sounding scary. Come on, man. No.
I'm 30 years old, and I share a house with my sister. It's a 2-floor house, a mother-daughter house.
First of all, look at the background. Look where you live, man. Look where you live. Trees and nothing but trees.
It has 2 kitchens. My sister takes the downstairs, I take the upstairs.
Oh, really?
My sister isn't home a lot because she often stays with her boyfriend who lives 20 miles away.
I would have told him to move in with me.
Like I said, I'm 30. I shouldn't let being home alone ever freak me out.
Oh, it freaks me out.
But admittedly, sometimes it does.
I'm in my 20s.
This happened on a night that I was home alone in my living room watching a scary movie. My part of the house is an open...
That's your first mistake. You're home alone watching a scary movie at night. Are you dumb? Let me check your skin color, man.
Layout. So the living room, dining room, and kitchen are all one big space. My couch is in the middle of the space. So as I watch TV on the couch, my back is to a large part of the room behind me. So for those a little more easily spooked, it wouldn't be the most comfortable place to be sitting alone watching a scary movie.
Yeah.
I'll admit, as I watched in the dark room with nothing but the light from the TV to cancel the darkness of the room,
you're bugging.
I found myself glancing over my shoulder a lot.
Yeah.
I like to think I'm not the only 30-year-old male that does that.
So turn on the light.
But anyway, after the movie, I brushed my teeth, turned off all the lights in the house, then went to sleep.
If I live alone, I don't care. Even right now, I live with my family. I have my LED lights. They're on all night. I don't care. Or I got my TV on. I don't care how old I am. I don't care. I don't. There's going to be a light source somewhere.
My sleep lasted for about 2 hours. I woke up around 1 a.m. and I wasn't sure why I woke up at first.
That'd be the worst. That'd be the worst.
And I heard a voice
in the middle of the night like that.
It sounded like my sister.
Like waking up at 1 a.m. and you still got the rest of the night to go?
So it's not like she was calling for me to open the door. But still, I knew it was my sister's voice.
You knew.
I didn't know what she was yelling up to me, though.
You knew.
I was still groggy and not thinking straight. All I could think was that she must have been calling for me, or arguing with her boyfriend. So I got out of bed and went into the pitch black hall. I turned on the hallway lights and then made my way through the living room and heard my sister's voice again from downstairs.
You did.
Now I could understand her to be saying my name. I made my way downstairs in the dark, yelling back at her, "What is it?"
Turn on the lights.
I looked for the light switch in the foyer downstairs, but couldn't find it. I'm not lying when I say I was groggy as hell. I walked down her little hallway towards her kitchen, find a light switch, and flick it on. The light in the kitchen lights up her little apartment, including her living room. The light starts off dim and needs time to brighten up, but I still saw that there was no one down there.
Get that checked immediately.
Not her, not her boyfriend. I went to her bedroom, but it was empty. I called her name really loudly one time. No one called.
You're doing too much. You're doing too much. You're doing too much. You say the name twice, 3 times. You don't go louder. You don't raise your voice. You don't do that because all of a sudden you're gonna hear ba ba doo. No. You know. Let me knock on wood because I'm really not trying to deal with that right now. Yeah. Golly, I'm psyching myself out. You don't do that. Alright? After you say the name. That's all.
Back.
That's all.
But shortly after I yelled, I heard something drop to the floor in my sister's bedroom, which I had just checked, and it was empty.
Yo, don't do that.
I went back up the stairs like a little kid and went back to my bed to where my phone was. I tried to call her a few times, but she didn't pick up. I had myself locked in my room, wondering if I had just hallucinated all of that.
Nope.
Eventually, I fell asleep, and in the morning, I woke up to text from my sister asking why I called her at 1 a.m. I asked her if she was home last night, and she told me no, she was currently staying at her boyfriend's house. I went downstairs to her bedroom to see what may have fallen down on the floor, but there was not a single object on the floor that could have made that noise. I'm led to believe I hallucinated everything I heard that night, but that's what I want to believe, because the alternative would be much more horrific. But I've never really hallucinated anything else, or had any kind of sleep disorders, so how vividly I heard my sister's voice, and that sound in her room, really freaks me out.
You know what, man? That was scary, but it wasn't all that scary. I think we got time for one more. Let's go to another video. Okay. Last one.
For a while, I was talking to this girl named Tori, and I really liked her a lot. Things didn't really work out in the end, but while we were talking, we talked like every night. Over the phone usually, sometimes FaceTime. This was last July. We were in the middle of an extreme heat wave. I was playing FIFA with my friend Carl when my phone started ringing. It was Tori, almost right on time. I had come to expect a call from her every night around 9. So I told Carl that we'd play the second half later, and to keep his console on, I picked up the phone and started...
Ain't no friend doing that, bro. Finish the game, bro. Especially if I just lost to you the last match, bro. Finish the game, man. Don't piss me off like that, man.
She lives 20 minutes away from me, and it was a work night. So when she asked me to come over, I told her I wish I could, but I'd be down tomorrow. She told me how her parents had been gone all day, and she didn't know where they were. Her parents were an interesting couple. They weren't neglectful or anything, but they were very unconcerned. Like, they'd let Tori do whatever she wanted, basically, and not really ask her where she was or what she was doing. Plus, they themselves would go out 3 nights a week to eat or hit bars or comedy clubs or whatever. And it wasn't uncommon that they'd be gone multiple nights in a row. This was one of those nights. We were just BSing over the phone, talking about how neither of us wanted to go to school or work the next day, and a bunch of other boring stuff. Then she said she was going to go cook some pasta, and she'd call me when she's done.
No, don't call me.
So during that time, I told Carl to hop back on FIFA, and we resumed our game. By the time the game was over, I was expecting Tori to call back at any moment.
Y'all need to stop. If you're playing a game with y'all bros, man, don't be getting off the game just because your shorty calling. Finish the damn game. Finish the game, then talk to your shorty. Or if your shorty's cool, get on the line with your shorty. Tell your shorty I'm playing the game. Some people like that. You play the game as your shorty's on the line. That's what I do. I like a little presence right there. I like a little presence. That's all I like. Her presence is there. My presence is there. We both happy and fine. And then once I'm done with the game, we get to talking. It is 19 minutes in. I gotta hurry up.
She didn't, though. Not for a while, at least. I tried FaceTiming her after a while, and the first call didn't go through. So after 5 minutes, I tried again, and she picked up. She was in her living room walking upstairs. As she picked up, she said she was confused, and I asked why. She said because the front door was open as she went down to the kitchen to make pasta.
Should've left the house.
But her dad's car wasn't in the driveway, so her parents weren't back yet.
Why are you still in the house? Why? The door is open. So is it? And I bet she's talking mad loud too. I bet she's talking extremely loud, raising her voice and all that, making everybody in that place, in any intruder in there. Alright, Shorty's in the living room next to the door. Shorty's in the kitchen. Shorty's in the bathroom. Alright, Shorty's upstairs. Shorty's in the basement.
She kept acting all worried and scared, joking that someone's in her house and gonna kill her. I would laugh and mess with her, saying you're probably right. And she'd playfully tell me to stop. She got back to her room and was laying in her bed.
What boyfriend are you? Tell her to leave the crib. I would have been my...
About a minute later, she remembered she left the pasta boiling for too long, and she ran downstairs to the kitchen, leaving her phone behind. Her phone was left with the screen down and the camera facing the ceiling, so all I saw on the screen was her white ceiling and the colorful moving shapes and patterns from her little light projector. Then I heard Tori yelling angrily from downstairs, probably about her overcooked pasta. But along with that, there was a noise that seemed to come from inside of her room. I kept looking at the screen, curious now. My curiosity turned to horror when I saw a man's face appear in frame. But just for a second, and only like half his face, he looked directly at the camera. I felt as though I made eye contact with him for a second. Then he disappeared again. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know her house phone number, and I couldn't scream for her to run. But with my TV in the background playing the FIFA main menu screen music, he surely knew someone was on the line with her. I was panicking. So without hanging up, I ran to get my house phone and called 911, telling them to get to Tori's address immediately because of a break-in, and that I couldn't talk long given the situation. I brought the phone to my room with me without hanging up and picked up my iPhone again. It was around the same time Tori came rushing back into her room with a bowl of pasta steaming hot. She was still talking in her calm, sweet, innocent voice, apologizing for being gone too long. I didn't know what to do. That man might have been in her room, in her closet, under her bed. I wanted to warn her, but I couldn't without the chance of her being attacked. I tried to stall until the police got there, and I had the police still on the phone, listening to my FaceTime call. I heard the 911 operator tell me to somehow get Tori to go outside. I was tasked with a seemingly impossible task without making it obvious.
Send a text through the phone? Like, yo, don't scream. I just saw somebody on the phone on your end. He looked directly at me. Whatever you do, Do not scream. Just walk out. Don't even run. Fuck, what do you mean walk? Run. Get out of here.
I knew if I tried to warn her in any way, she'd freak out and make it obvious. So I told her calmly, go outside. Carl's outside in his car. He has your backpack. For the record, she left her backpack at my house, and I was pretending Carl was dropping it off. This worked. She got up, albeit slightly confused as to why he was dropping it off, but she put on her slides and went outside. This was when I yelled at her to run next door to her neighbors now, and that someone was in her house. She immediately freaked out and started crying, understandably. She pounded on her neighbor's door, who thank God answered quickly. I drove over there right away after that. And by then, police were there and inside the house. Unfortunately, this story didn't have a totally happy ending. That intruder made his escape before police got there, likely wise to the fact that police were coming. We locked all her doors before going to sleep at my place that night. A month later, we stopped talking, because she found a better guy, I guess. You'd think after this, we'd have started dating the next week.
Yeah.
That didn't happen.
Yeah.
But recently, we've been friendly again. Just not the same.
Man, yo, man, I'm not going to talk much about this woman stuff. I'm not going to talk much about it, man. Live y'all lives, man. Live y'all lives. All right. I don't know how I'm going to go to sleep tonight, but, now this is kind of interesting. Kind of. Anywho, if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, subscribe. If y'all want to see more of this, definitely let me know. And I'll do more vids like this, reaction vids. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of enjoying this a lot. Sometimes these gaming vids be giving me these I'm getting a lot of toxic energy, and I'm not liking it no more. Yeah, let me know if you want to see more. Captain IO out.